Here's Matson and the Adahi Tanu program. Cars Plus, visit today during our spring sales event. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Ahead on prime time, the governor signs off on her first bill since taking office, and it deals with tax hike. Plus, an audit released today shows that special funds were misused. The details ahead. And they are asking for a lot of money. Budget talks get going for Guam DOE and GCC. Biba Mesh tomorrow ginin KUAM Hafade Guahusinik Delgado. Well, the first bill signed into law by Governor Lulian Guerrero clarifies last year's tax increase on high-value property. It now means land or buildings worth $1 million or more are subject to the hike. And the governor also wants it to apply retroactively. Nessa Lecanto reports.
The new law adds the words "or more," making it clear that $1 million or more properties are subject to the increase. The governor quickly signed the measure soon after returning from Washington over the weekend because it means a projected $9 million in additional revenue for the Education Department's Facilities Fund. Rev and Tax, though, typically collects property tax in February and April, and it's unclear when the amended law applies. But the governor believes the effective date should be when the original bill became law last year.
It would apply to what the extent of the law will allow it to apply. So I would have to work with my legal people to make sure that, we're not violating any laws or any rules and regulations. But to the extent of the authority and what the law provides.
Meanwhile, the governor is still reviewing another high-profile bill to require bidders for the government health insurance contract to include both civilian hospitals in their coverage. Take Care Insurance is the only company that doesn't include private hospital GRMC in its network. The company opposed the bill, arguing it will raise costs to Gov Guam and premiums to employees. Leon Guerrero says her position is that employees should have a choice of both hospitals.
Cost impact, that needs to be figured out. The health insurance companies need to look at what that means. They need to look at the market forces. They need to look at, if their premiums are higher than other premiums because of the GRMC, then they have to deal with that and work that out versus losing customers and losing business.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
The Republican Party of Guam is opposed to the tax hike. Minority Leader Senator Will Castro stating today, quote, "Only time will tell what the impact is upon the property owners, working families struggling to pay rent each month, upon the price of goods or services, or upon the real estate market in general as a result of the tax hike." Former Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio will be in court tomorrow for his gun-grabbing case. Tenorio charged with misdemeanor official misconduct and reckless conduct. He faces trial this month for unholstering the weapon of a police officer who was on duty at a block party event in Tumon last summer. Tenorio claims it was a teachable moment and later apologized. But Tenorio's attorney Tom Fisher has yet to receive the documents requested by the Guam Police Department for his defense. Fisher is seeking copies of GPD's firearm and holstering policy. As reported, GPD Chief of Police Steve Ignacio said they were working with the AG's office to determine if the documents could be released. AG spokesperson Kalina Charfers confirms today they've since responded to GPD, but that the legal advice provided is confidential. Meantime, Tenorio is set to appear for a pretrial conference tomorrow in Superior Court. Prelim findings after a recent visit from the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services shows a list of deficiencies at the Guam Memorial Hospital. As reported, CMS cited 7 areas of non-compliance back in April 2018 and threatened to remove funding. A team was on island last month visiting the hospital, noting they've made, quote, great strides to address the citations. However, Acting GMH Administrator Lillian Posada says they are unable to release the actual document until CMS approves their corrective action plan. The corrective plan is said to have been submitted Tuesday. Governor Leon Guerrero today said she has yet to review it. Special revenue funds were not effectively managed and monies collected were not spent how they were supposed to be. The Office of Public Accountability releasing a performance audit on special revenue funds administered by DOA. Public Auditor BJ Cruz stating DOA has collected these monies, then borrowed them through a transfer to the general fund to cover operational costs, tax refunds, payroll, bond payments, and other general government expenses. Then at the end of the fiscal year, they treat this borrowing as a permanent transfer because repayment is not expected within a reasonable period to comply with government accounting standards. Some of the affected Special revenue funds include $10.6 million from the Recycling Revolving Fund, $4.3 million from the Territorial Education Fund, $4.2 million from the Guam Highway Fund, and $3.9 million from the Enhanced 911 Emergency Reporting System Fund, as well as $2.5 million from the Fire Life Medical Emergency Fund. Cruz adds a number of these transfers were made without the consent of agency directors. He says there could be possible legal implications. You could view more on this audit on opaguam.org. Bill 50, the so-called Romeo and Juliet measure, was the subject of discussion this morning on the Starting Lineups group chat with Chris Barnett.
Group chat discussion more or less focused on Speaker Tina Muñoz Barnes' Bill 50, which would mandate a close age exception of less than 4 years for teens having consensual sex. And it reduces the penalty for teen consensual sex from a felony to a misdemeanor. If this close age exception passes, a 19-year-old could have consensual sex with a 15-year-old and only be charged with a misdemeanor. AG Levan Camacho telling KUAM News in an earlier interview, saying all it takes is, quote, one vindictive parent to lock up a teen on felony charges. Dr. Ron McNench, Board of Education member, meanwhile disagreeing with AG Levan Camacho's choice of words.
I call that a responsible parent, not a vindictive parent.
Shirag Bajwani with the Speaker's office said the AG's office chose not to prosecute to the fullest extent of the law 20 active cases involving consensual teen sex from 2016 to 2018, but KUAM couldn't immediately independently confirm this information. But it did beg the question, if the AG's office is already using its discretion with teen consensual sex, why is Bill 50 even a thing? Bajwani tells KUAM News that the Speaker's office may have introduced the measure, but the AG's office did all the legwork.
We never actually wrote the bill. They came up with the language, they came up with the idea, and what we did was just facilitate the discussion.
Now, this echoes similar statements made by Speaker Barnes.
Again, at the request of the Assistant Attorney General, having meetings with this 35th Guam Legislature, that we decided to make sure that we fix up the provisions that are already in place and follow the guidelines that they've recommended.
Bajwani also confirmed that the Speaker's office has heard concerns about the close age exception of less than 4 years, which in some states is a smaller window than the one Bill 50 provides, and other states employ a sliding scale with different close age exceptions for different ages.
Some of them have issues with the 4 years. They have recommended maybe bring it down to 3. And I've spoken to some members of the Attorney General's office who are amenable to the 3 years.
Right.
So let's continue having this discussion.
McNench telling KUAM News the 4-year age exception is really about a bigger issue for parents.
Do they want their 15-year-old son or daughter running around with somebody who's 19 years old?
For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
A simple handshake. That's all Jake Calvo needed when he started his company. Today, 80 years later, we like to say thank you to all of you who have taken our hand in trust. Thank you to the dreamers. Thank you to the realists. Thank you to the family-oriented. Thank you to the entrepreneurial. Thank you to those climbing the corporate ladder. And to the ones starting a new life together. Thank you to the traditionalists and the edgy. To the young at heart and the old souls. Thank you to the daring, to the protective, to the practical. Thank you to the hopeful. To all of you from all of us, our deepest, happiest, and infinite thanks.
80 years here for you. 80 years thanks to you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
Half a day. I'm Victoria Perez.
I'm Candace Perry.
And we're members of the Guam DD Council.
March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month.
Help us celebrate
as we promote greater inclusion
and more opportunity
for people with developmental disabilities.
For more information,
call 735-9127 or 8. Thank you.
Wondering how they harness a rattlesnake's bite to create Taco Bell's new rattlesnake fries? You can stop. It's just a metaphor. The nacho fries you love, loaded with marinated steak and creamy jalapeno sauce. New steak rattlesnake fries, only at Taco Bell.
MTO, professional janitorial services with a warm hospitality touch. MTO gives that gift year-round. Pressure wash roofs, pressure wash driveways, lawn service, home cleaning, carpet restoration, office cleaning, commercial window cleaning, floor care. When cleaning is in order, MTO has you covered. Call 647-6861 to inquire on how you can receive the maintenance you deserve.
MTO, celebrating 30 years with you, Guam.
Oh my God, Becky, look at that crust!
At Pizza Hut, we're the ultimate cheesy crust, with 16 pockets overflowing with melted cheese.
You can make each connection count with IT&E Prepaid. Talk, text, and share with the best price daily plans and rates.
Save some cheese!
Stay in touch with loved ones, whether they're in Tumon, Garapan, San Jose, or even San Paulo, on the widest network in the Marianas. And reach out to friends and followers all over the world with the fastest, most reliable 4G LTE data. IT&E, explore your world.
Welcome back with regional headlines. Here's KSPN 2 News.
Hafa Guam, here are the top headlines for CNMI. 2 individuals that were arrested at the scene of a meth bust are pleading not guilty. Today, in an arraignment hearing in the court of presiding Judge Roberto Naraha, 2 Chinese males, 46-year-old Ri Jun Wang and 40-year-old Jin Zhu, are pleading not guilty to possession of a controlled substance and trafficking of a controlled substance. According to the CNMI Department of Public Safety, during the early hours of Friday, February 22, 2019, the CNMI Drug Enforcement Task Force executed a search warrant at the residence in Chinatown, where 12.8 grams of methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, digital scales, and packing materials were discovered, having a street value of $8,960 US. Zhu and Wang were allegedly at the scene of the bust and were immediately arrested. Bail was set at $100,000 each. A preliminary hearing is held today for a 32-year-old Chamorro male for allegedly possessing and trafficking crystal methamphetamine, commonly known as ice. In the Superior Court of Associate Judge Joseph Camacho, defendant Skylar Benavente requested to post bail at $1,000 and be released to a third party of his girlfriend. Judge Camacho denied the request, saying it is not suitable to be released to Benavente's girlfriend as a third party in the location of Aslito, where the alleged meth trafficking took place. According to court documents, in January of 2019, Skylar Benavente allegedly sold ice to an undercover cooperating source from the Northern Marianas Island Drug Enforcement Task Force during a buy-walk operation. An arraignment is set for March 11th at 9 a.m. in the courtroom of presiding Judge Roberto Naraha. For more news, visit saipantv.com. For KSPN2, I'm Ashley McDowell.
Police find drugs after responding to a tip of a stolen car spotted in Dededo on Sunday. 3 men are placed under arrest. Christopher Calistes is charged with theft by receiving, possession of a firearm without ID, and possession of a Schedule II controlled substance. Rafael Caneta is charged with possession of a firearm without ID, while Michael Blas is charged with drug possession. Now, court documents state police were called to a van reported stolen from a local car dealership that it had been located. Authorities searched the car and found 2 small baggies of the drug ice along with a Beretta pistol. One suspect admitted to police he had been driving the van for several weeks after getting it from someone else to use. He also admitted that he, quote, kind of figured it was stolen because of the license plates. The 3 were then taken into custody. Attorney General Levin Camacho is in the nation's capital for the National Association of Attorneys General winter meeting. His office tweeting this photo of Camacho in the White House alongside Attorneys General William Tong of Connecticut and Aaron Frey of Maine. The discussion included criminal justice reform, the opioid crisis, and human trafficking, President Donald Trump and his staff. The annual government budget hearings getting underway today with the Guam Community College and the first agency out of the block. GCC is asking for some $19.3 million for fiscal year 2020, which is about the same amount as its current budget. School officials briefed senators on various programs and plans, but Education Committee Chair Senator Joseph Augustine asked GCC President Mary Okada about pay increments, saying there's a plan to restore what was frozen.
I've noticed that on your budget requests, it's almost like similar to the budget of 2018. And with that said, if you could please resubmit your budget, adding the increments, so that we make sure that the employees are recognized for their hard work. And if they don't get an increment, it's because they didn't do their due diligence.
There's a parity issue as to when increments become and how to share in that restoration of increments. And that's the reason why in the current budget, faculty would be, increments have been slotted on August 1st of 2020, and administrators, their increment would have shown in January 1st of 2020. And that's how we applied for administrators and faculty. So that's just so that you understand how the budget was developed.
Meanwhile, Okada says GCC's civil service staff members are slotted for increments as of October 1st. The college has 254 employees. Meanwhile, the government's largest department, education, is seeking a budget of $344 million. That's a 56% increase over the $220 million it got last year, and a 2.5% rise in what it asked for in 2018. Superintendent John Fernandez justifies the request, saying for the past year and a half, Guam DOE has applied stiff austerity measures. Fernandez says they had to cut some promising initiatives, such as the pre-K program. He says last year's spending reductions also hit at some of GDOE's core responsibilities, such as textbooks, increments, and reclassifications. The request also includes some $20 million to address deferred maintenance and to continue long-delayed projects, such as the construction of a new Simon Sanchez High School. Well, dressed in pink to honor March as Women's History Month, Magahaga Lulian Guerrero opened up Government House to a variety of women organizations. The breakfast hosted senators, volunteers, and businesswomen from all walks of life who are making a difference in our community.
For me, women are change agents. And through change agents, you organize. And you formalize, and you take all of your ideas and make it into something real, right? Every organization here, I think, has done that. And as a result, what has happened? You know, our hospital is being improved, education, our kids are learning better, we're feeling safer in our community. The work that you do, whether it's fundraising or appearing before the legislature or just going out there and working with your communities in your various areas, all have a very strong positive impact on our island.
A proclamation signing was also held. Now, throughout Women's History Month, KUAM will bring you a special feature twice a week called Her Story. We feature women in our community. Stay tuned for that. Well, sports is next, but first, a look at your island weather.
Make every day a plus.
Morning, 2 coffees and 4 orders of those new donut sticks.
You must really love these donut sticks.
I do, but they're not for me. They're for them. I will take a coffee, though.
Introducing new cinnamon sugar donut sticks from McCafe, made fresh every morning.
It's a little sweet to go with your coffee.
Looking for a great deal on a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram? Then get to Cars Plus in Mighty now for our spring sales event. Like a new Jeep Compass Sport, $166 per paycheck. Or a new Chrysler Pacifica LX, $220 per paycheck. Or save $8,500 on a new Ram 1500. How about a new Jeep Wrangler Sport? Only $274 per paycheck. Low 1.99% financing is available on approved credit. Save thousands during our spring sales event going on now at Cars Plus in Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. I'll get to some spearfishing results from Umatic Bay in just a bit. But first off, footage from Still Athletics' glorified sparring event. Check it out. Still Athletics held another successful glorified sparring event in Tamuning recently. Hundreds of spectators packed the gym to cheer on competitors who competed in grappling, kickboxing, and amateur MMA fights. The fundraising event was held to benefit the Tamuning Skate Park and help rebuilding efforts. Still Athletics owner J.J. Ambrose put together the first fundraiser a few months back to help the Shack in Saipan, which raised $1,600 and drew a big buzz. Athletes got a chance to showcase their skills and all of their hard training in front of friends and family. Look for more events to be held in the near future. Fighters from all gyms are welcome to compete. For more info, follow Still Athletics on Facebook and Instagram. Hundreds of runners came out in support of the 31st annual Rainbows for All Children Guam 3.5-mile run walk for youth at the Micronesia Mall. The nonprofit organization helps children through times of grief, divorce, separation, and other life challenges. Over the past 3 decades, Rainbows for All Children Guam has helped approximately 20,100 children and families. Derek Mendel was the first overall finisher at this year's race. In Jiu-Jitsu news, congratulations to Heights Academy Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for hosting its first ever BJJ Youth Seminar, led by Carlson Gracie Guam's brown belt Anthony Cruz. All proceeds from the seminar will go towards the expenses as he continues to compete internationally. Cruz placed second at the Marianas Pro in Seoul, South Korea, in his weight class in Absolute Division. He is also the 2019 Copa de Marianas champion in his weight class. Heights Academy will be hosting another fundraiser for Cruz when he teaches a seminar for teens only. 4 teams took part in the 2019 Guam History and Chamorro Heritage Day Festival spearfishing competition down in Umatic. Daniel Cooper and Michael Orr took first place with a total of 109.9 points. The duo caught a total of 8 fish. Matthew Diaz and Chanel Salazar finished second with 7 fish caught for a total score of 75.80. Peter Heradura and Robert Koss bagged a wahoo weighing in at 13.95 pounds for a second place finish in the largest fish category. Jose Sanchez Jr. and Jared Kenga took third in the category with a brassy trevally weighing 3.35 pounds. Daniel Cooper and Michael Orr took first place with a 15.22 pound mamulan.
Green light go, that's all I know. And when I roll, I'm in control. Don't matter what they say, no, I don't care. Ain't gonna walk away until I'm there.
Now there's a technology that's lighting the way to a new mortgage for people all across Guam. Introducing Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii, Hawaii's leading lender. Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii lets you apply for a home loan anytime from any device, making the mortgage and refi process faster and easier. Or work hand in hand with one of our residential loan experts. So put the power of choice and control in your hands. Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii. Welcome to tomorrow.
Introducing Triple J's Online Shopper, the new, faster, easier way to purchase your next vehicle. Explore hundreds of new and used vehicles in full 360-degree view. Get pre-approved instantly from the comfort of your home or office. Personalize your own finance terms and get top market value on your trade-in in just a few quick, easy steps. Buy with confidence from start to signature, and we'll even go the extra mile to deliver your vehicle to your home or office. Have a question? Our sales team is just a chat away for instant assistance. Click, pick, drive. Complete the entire car buying process with Triple J's Online Shopper and purchase your next vehicle at triplejguam.com today.
Can I just get it right back? Now time to take a look at who all is celebrating today. Here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club list.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you, Liam Larry. Happy first birthday from Mum, Uncle Bailey, brother Jerry and Jay-Z, and Braden Joshua. And a very special happy birthday shout out going out to you, Adrian Hernandez. Happy birthday to our mommy. We love you so much. The Twinkles, Daddy, and your whole family. And a very special happy birthday shout out going out to you, Shay McGuffey. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, everyone. You too can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Just register at KUAM.com. Be sure to include your photo, name, and birthday. And that's going to do it for us here in Prime.